Let's try some NRL to kick things off because it's getting to the pointy end of the season.
It
And
is.
I'm finding it hard to believe anyone is stopping Penrith from a fourth successive premiership, which is just insane. I think even at this point, having won three in a row, they're probably already one of the greatest sporting teams in Australian history. But four times, if they get through this season and win another premiership, is it like undeniable? Are they officially the best club team in any code in Australia?
Yeah, it has to be. And I think everyone's just a little bit biased because you tall poppy syndrome in Australia. You obviously go for your own side and you don't want to sort of believe it, but they probably already are, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
three-peat in the NRL in the salary cap era is ridiculous. You just go through. We speak about this a lot. You go through their sides that they've had, and they're ridiculous. Like 2021, I think they had a couple of players. I think they had. I think it was Martin and maybe Lenu and Mitch Kenny on the bench. Like couldn't even make the starting side, and now they're like probably three of the best players in the game, starting for their other clubs now. So I think if they go four-peat, they'll do it. I think they will too. I'm trying to think of a team to beat them. I think there's two other teams, maybe Storm
Yeah.
and Roosters. I think Roosters are probably the one with the best side on paper, but they're a little bit clicky this year. But I think they're chiming in at the right time. But I'm on the bandwagon. I'm going to jump on the Penny Panthers. My Broncos went out the back door. We've been useless this year, so I'm
I
on the
think,
Panthers bandwagon.
yeah, I think, you know what, the Broncos, like, just bottoming out this year after last season, it really emphasizes, especially in the NRL, like you said, a salary cap restriction in terms of how far you can build teams and how long you can keep them together. But the fact that they were so good last season kind of hit their ceiling, and now this season have, like I said, bottomed out entirely, speaks to just how hard it is to go back to back, even just to make a proper run in the finals in the NRL.
Mm.
So yeah, for the Panthers to do it with ease, and the fact that I think for large parts of this season have kind of just seemed disinterested, is it fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. I think the issue with the Broncos, I was thinking about this the other day. Obviously, they had the big limelight last year. They had a young side. Then they started the year in Vegas. I think everyone was just been counting their chips, going, "How good's this? This is easy." I think when things are like that, it's a mental side. And that's probably the biggest side of the Panthers. How hard it would be to stay up every week, every game. I think they've got a ridiculous record. They haven't lost back-to-back games in I forget how many years, but
Yeah.
that side of it's probably the biggest thing. And then obviously got the physical side and next man up mentality, but the mental side, which Broncos are just weak at the moment. But that's probably the most underrated part of it all.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah, it's crazy. You said Storm and Roosters probably the two teams you'd say that could give them proper scare, I guess, if circumstances are right. The Storm this season, given what they've had to deal with, is Craig Bellamy the greatest coach of all time, or is that still Wayne Bennett? Or are we being a little bit nostalgic with Wayne Bennett in how we kind of hold him because of what he's achieved in the past as opposed to what he's done in the last few years?
Yeah, I think it's a flip of the coin. Craig Bellamy, it's funny, we talk about who's going to be Dally M Coach of the Year, and everyone always goes to sort of the coach that brings say, an underrated roster, and probably Dragons are a good example. But
Yeah,
then for Storm, who just each year just keep turning up, it's again tall poppy syndrome. But he's phenomenal. Like they haven't had the forward pack, even the halves. Munster's been out.
yeah.
We obviously had Pappenhausen out for a while. So to get them where they are every year, yeah, he could go down as a goat. I'm guessing that Bellamy, obviously there's a couple of others. Ivan Cleary's sort of building a record too, and obviously
Yeah.
Wayne as well. But it's ridiculous. It'll be interesting to see how far they go. I think the top four is everything. I think since 1995, I don't think any team's won NRL Grand Final outside the top four. So that's where you sort of look at, and I think they're the three. And then I think the Sharks are maybe fourth, and I can't really see them doing much. And I think Bulldogs maybe they might land fourth, and they're going good, but I don't know if they got the strike power to win a comp.
Yeah, exactly. And they're still young in terms of the development curve for a lot of those guys,
Yeah,
and experience just matters in finals footy.
it
It's
does.
simple as that. So yeah, I think we're
Um,
both on the bandwagon here for the Panthers. I want to see them do it because I just want to see history over and over again. And
Agree. Agree.
yeah,
I think I've been against them just because I'm like, oh, I'm sick of these people winning. But now that I'm just like, I think everyone's flipping. Even the whole Jerome Luai story, like
yeah,
a lot of people didn't like him up until this year, and then obviously he was outstanding for the Blues. So I think everyone's on the bandwagon with him. So I think maybe everyone's opinions are flipping.
What are you prepared to lose today? Set a deposit limit. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.